You know, I remember seeing the all-new M18 Milwaukee router at the MPS event in 2019, and I really wanted to get up close to it, so I tried to push my way up through, but a lot of the guys were pretty big, so I had to wait my turn. But we finally got one here. So today we're going to use, we're going to abuse, we're going to slice and dice. We're going to talk about all the things that I do like and the one thing that I don't. We'll talk about all the specs. I'll show you this thing in action. We'll make a couple different cuts. But first, let's talk about what you get in the box. So right off the bat, you do see the dust collector. I'll show you how that goes on and how it works. It is the M18 compact router. Any M18 fuel battery will work on this router. Now, the first thing you're going to notice when you get this thing in your hands is how solid the build is. It really does feel great, and yes, it is compact. Now, you can go out and buy the plunge base separately for this. I just want to throw that out before I forget it. And you do get a bunch of different things in the package. Now, you're not going to get a battery with this one, but this is what you are going to get. You are going to get, obviously, the router. It is brushless, and just to give you an idea how long it'll run, if you use a 5.0 battery, you can go up to about 250 feet on a 3/8 roundover bit. You do get two LED lights right at the base of this. I'll show you that here in a bit. You also have measurements in millimeters and inches. They are engraved, and even so, they are pretty easy to read. They're pretty nice size for being on a compact router. Now, the housing comes off extremely easy, but it's built very well, and you got a really nice grip on this thing. You also have the dust collection shield, and you can hook a vac up to it. I'll show you that. And you will also get, yes, the edge guide. Yeah, we'll talk about that here too. You're also going to get two, yes, not one, two base plates. If you wanted to take the smaller one off that's already on there, comes with it, well, then you just unscrew it and put the new one on, and you get two wrenches. Now, here's the thing, the quick release on that, it works extremely well. There's no fuss about it. You just throw that down in as you're hitting that release button. If you want to pull it out, you just push the button or adjust it to where you want. Then you have that micro adjustment knob, which I'll show you here in a bit. Works very well, but yeah, no fussing around. It goes in and out very easy. Now, to use the micro adjust, just unlock it and then adjust it to where you need to fine tune it. And yeah, it's ready to go. Once you find that mark, just flip the switch, it locks down again. It's quick too, but there is absolutely no slop in this depth setting. If you set it, it stays there. I've been using and abusing it for the last couple of days, and it did not move one time on me. You can also see up on the right hand side, you have your speed adjustment. And in the front, right there, up on top of the micro, you have your on and off switch. Now, I like where they put that on and off switch. Some of the times they put them on the side, and well, that's not cool. But this here, it's actually not all that bad. You do somewhat have to reach around a little bit to get to it, but I don't care. And yes, you do have your call it lock button right here. You just press that down, and now you can get your wrench in there, loosen or tighten. Now, the dust shield is a little bit different. I kind of like it, and I kind of not so much like it. It goes on and it stays there pretty good. But you have to use this screw right here on the side, and once you screw it down, well, it'll stay, and it works very well. But the problem is that when you tighten it too much, well, it kind of opens up the top a little bit. It's almost putting a little bit too much force down on the bottom, and you have to leave it a little loose. So if you're vibrating too much, well, then it could come loose. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, it is easy to put in, and you don't have to worry about the thing popping out on you like a lot of other routers do, so I guess that's a plus. I'm not really sure. And while we're at it, let's just get the second thing that I dislike about this router out of the way. Now, you got a really nice edge guide. This thing is extremely heavy duty, and it's easy to use, but here is my issue. You got to throw it on there like that. You put it up on the slot, and then you screw this thing down. And that's real nice like and all. But if you notice, there's a little bit of a gap, a little less than about 1/16 of an inch on each side. Now, the reason I don't like that is because there's a little bit of movement. And even though it does glide really nicely, if I were to push a little too hard, check that out. Not a fan of that at all. I don't like the movement. And even though I didn't have any issue, with anything going off track or off pace, I just don't like the movement. No matter how much I tighten it down, it just would not stop doing this. I almost really wish they would have went with the Rigid and Ryobi style, where you just screw those two rods in and then you just slide back and forth. I really like that concept, and I kind of wish they would have had it on the Milwaukee as well. All right, let's talk about the battery real quick. What we are using is the high output 3.0. It works perfect for this router. You don't need anything too big, and it keeps that weight down, that size down, and it's really, really comfortable in the hands. Now, the 1/4 inch bits, I got some new ones here, and really simple to put in. You just loosen that down, you slide them in, and once you do, pull them out about 1/8 of an inch, and it's ready to go. You just tighten that collet down. Now, what's cool about this, and I'll show you here in a bit, you don't really have to take this out. They give you enough room that you can put that wrench in, even with the housing on. It works really well. There's enough room to work. But speaking of work, let's use and abuse. We're going to start out with a 1/4 inch cove bit. Super smooth operation, not a lot of vibration at all, especially for a router, and it just really, really works good. Now, I even turned the RPM down. We'll talk about all the specs here in a bit, but I turned it down because I didn't need that much, but let's try it again. It's just
so smooth.
It really is. It just cuts so well, and there's a lot of power in this. So here's a different angle with the rabbiting bit. And another angle with the rabbiting bit. Excellent. Now you can see the screw that was holding down the edge guide. It was turned a little bit. I gotta take that off, but excellent, excellent freaking job. It is powerful, man. I mean, it's living up to the M18, nothing but heavy duty name. You know, and being able to put a plunge base on this, that makes it even more versatile. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Smash that like button. All right, let's see what it can do. We're gonna run it all the way down the board with a 1/4 inch dovetail. We are going to do it without the dust extractor. Then we're going to do it with the vacuum. So we'll see how that works out. How about that? Now you can see that it left a lot of debris in the background, but we're going to sweep that up here and we're going to hook up our vac to this M18 router. We're going to see if that does anything. But just one more look at the dovetail. Come out really nice. So if you're doing cabinetry or building something out of wood, you might want to check this out. It's pretty cool. I'll leave a description in the below for you. But it really does do a good job cleaning all that stuff out of there. Let's hook the vacuum up now. I'll show you what vacuum I'm using here in a bit, but here's your view. It just goes right onto the port and turn it on. Yeah, pine I got really stringy stuff, but we're going to continue slicing and dicing. So we're going to turn her on. Here we go. It does a really good job pulling that dust out of there. Here's a vac that I'm using, the Ryobi. It is the cordless vac. Does a really good job. Fits right in there like so. You don't have to buy any special attachments. It just does a good job. Now here's a close-up look at the two LEDs. They're not really extremely bright, but they do a pretty good job lighting up that surface in darker areas. Now, the only thing that you're going to get with this router, other than the stuff that I showed you, is a box to keep it in. I am not putting this in a box. I'm going to keep this in the pack out. It is the 15-inch tool bag, but it's perfect for what I'm using it for. Built really heavy duty. On the outside, you got all the straps if you want to carry it, or you can throw it up on your pack out system. That's what this is made for. You got the heavy duty zipper up there. This is really nice. I should do a separate review for this, but that is what I will be putting my router in because I don't want it to be damaged. But all in all, yeah, really nice bag. All right, back to the router. Now, with the 3.0 on there, the high output battery, you're still looking at 3 bars, but you always lose that first bar pretty quickly. The dust collector actually worked really, really well, better than I thought it would. Now, the RPM can be adjusted on this router. You can go from 10,000 RPM on low all the way up to 31,000. The depth capacity, you're looking at about 1.5 inches, and as far as adjustments, they go by 1/64 of an inch. Of course, that's when you're using the micro. It does have the collet size of the 1/4 inch. The base opening that we were talking about is 1.5 inches, so you can definitely get your wrench in there. The height on this, you're only looking at about 6.9 inches, and the weight is only 3 pounds. Really, the only thing I did not care for on this router was how you attach the edge guide. Everything else is extremely well done. It's a powerful little beast, and it is built very well. It'll hold up to any job site that you want. I truly believe that. As far as it goes with the ease of use, yeah, when you put the dust collector shield over it, you have to, put that screw in there. That's kind of a pain. Once you have it on, it's on. And again, the edge guide is just not my favorite thing. But it is definitely well worth checking out. Again, I will put a link in the description below for you to see this for yourself. But really good job on this router. Very happy with it. Way to go, Milwaukee IA. If you like this video, don't forget to smash that like button. Get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any new upcoming videos. I'm really happy that you stopped by. I appreciate that. We'll be back with more videos soon.